insight stories from fellow students welcoming session. During this session, you'll be getting to know us and getting to know your majors from the student's lens or more of our point of view. We know how hard it is for you to go through this rite of passage, like a transition from high school to university is pretty stressful, but everything will get easier if you follow the tips and tricks given by the administration or by your fellow class representatives. So welcome to FHS as well. Faculty of Health Sciences is one of the smallest faculties in AUB, yet one with the most leading majors. Whatever major you choose in this faculty, be assured that you will be contributing to the health field and potentially even saving lives. For that, we would like to introduce ourselves. We are class representatives from different majors, and we decided to step in and break the ice with the new students because we were indeed in your shoes. So Mahdi will take the lead and will introduce you to us.
Hi guys, my name is Mahdi Fakhouri. I'm a medical laboratory sciences, majoring in medical lab. First of all, we have on board Jana Al-Bsat from medical imaging.
That would be
Next
me.
up, you have myself from medical lab. And then we also have on board Yara Elia from environmental health. And finally, we have Reem Abu Har from health communication.
Okay, guys. Hi, my name is Yara. Before we start, I just want to emphasize on the fact that we are mediators. We're here to relieve your stress and anxiety as much as we can. But we're not here to fill anyone's role. So, like, we're not your academic advisor or taking authority or taking anyone's role. All we do is we share our personal experience with you so that we relate to each other because all of us, we're students to students. We're just here to support you in whatever you need, whether academic or mental support. And if you face any problems, you can come to us. So we refer you to the authorized administrators or whoever is in charge. And don't worry, we're always going to be next to you. We're one step, like one text away. We'll guide you through registration because we know it's hectic. And I think we all know it's very stressful, especially the first time. So we'll be with you guys while you're doing it, like, in case you need any help or any course, whatever you guys, we're here. So yeah, basically, I just wanted to emphasize on the fact that we're not filling anyone's roles. We're just like guides. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Yara. So we'll be starting off with medical imaging sciences. As Mahdi introduced me, my name is Jana Al-Bsat. I'm a medical imaging junior, and I'm here to listen to your questions if you have any. Don't forget, you can drop them by the Q&A, and we can answer them by the end of the session. So let me tell you a little story about me. So I was a transfer from another university, and yes, I was late for 2 years, but it was worth it. The whole transition was worth it because whichever reason made you get in this major, you're in the right place. It's a major with not so much recognition, but keep in mind that everything goes back to you. Well, physicians will rely on your work, rely on your images, and work actually to be able to give the right diagnosis. I think you heard the myths stating that radiation is harmful, especially for females, and all the ifs and the if nots. However, like I said, purely a myth. Not saying that radiation is safe, but you will be privileged to be trained on the basics of radiation safety, and you will be safer than ever. And just a fun fact, when you guys go to the clinicals, you will literally run behind the room to protect yourself from the radiation. So, Maddie, can skip to the other slide, please? Yeah. So this gets us to the curriculum itself. So basically, our major is very unique because the best part of the whole major is that it's a mix of theoretical and practical. You'll be learning about everything, literally anatomy, physiology, diseases, imaging equipment, patient's positioning. You will be ready for the whole clinical thing during your first summer. Like imagine you will take your fall and spring, and by the summer of your first year, you will go down immediately to the clinical rotations. So what's fun about the clinical rotations is that it's a direct contact with patient. Mahdi, please, the next one, please. Mahdi? All right. Yeah. So basically, it's a direct contact with patients. So you have the chance to get involved directly with the patients. Yes, you would be solely responsible for patient care at first in your first year, but remember that it will teach you work ethics, it will teach you correct communication that will enhance the patient's experience. Like imagine, and I want you to always remember, guys, that we represent our university and ourselves too. And again, Mahdi, please next. Yes, these are some examples of the clinical rotations. Yep, this is the X-ray unit. So we are the face of the imaging program. We are students, we will be working in the hospital, and we will be actually dealing with real patients. So we will be representing our university and representing the whole program and department. So you will guys learn how to be professional, patient, resilient, responsible for your own actions, active, and knowledgeable, indeed, and knowledgeable. So can we skip to the next one, Mahdi, please? So some of you will wonder, what can I do after I graduate? Well, there are many options, especially in our major, because it's a broad one, although sometimes you feel like it's limited, but no, you have a lot of options. You can be an employed radiographer and specialize in a certain modality, for an example, MRI, and you will be, if you stayed in Lebanon, you will be given the correct training in the hospital that you will be recruited in. Or you can pursue with your PhD and get in the academic and research field while teaching. You can be medical representatives for tech companies such as Siemens, Toshiba. You can proceed with masters in biomedical engineering, where there are plenty of work options such as marketing for a big company, working at a hospital with equipment, or specialize in artificial intelligence. And also remember that we have the pre-med track. I'm personally following the regular track, but you can indeed pursue with a pre-med track by taking a few additional courses. I think you've seen them already with Dr. Al Khatib. So yes, and this is an example. Mahdi, can you click it, please? So this is some data of the past 2 years for the alumni that already graduated from medical imaging sciences. You can see the diversity. It's not much of a data, but well, you can see the diversity between like hospitals, health centers, pursuing further education, even medicine, and even public health related. And you can also proceed with masters in public health in our faculty as well. So I want to advise you guys to make use of every possible volunteering opportunity and start building your career from day one. And on my behalf, welcome to the most amazing and the major that I love, honestly. Welcome to the imaging department. So I leave the stage to Mahdi. Thank you so much for guys listening. If you have any questions, please make sure to drop them by the Q&A. Thank you, guys.
Hello, everyone. I hope you enjoyed Jenna's section. My name is Mehdi Fakhouri, and I'm going to be representing Medical Lab for today. I'm sorry I don't have the privilege of the Wi-Fi. We live in Lebanon because I won't be able to turn on my camera. Maybe next session. So I need to start off by saying, dear new students of HS, on behalf of HS administration, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to AUB. I'm delighted to see you all here in this meeting. I hope you're all doing good and safe. I'll be your guide throughout your first year of your AUB, so please don't hesitate to ask me any question or reach out. I want to start off by welcoming each and every one of you to AUB. We are excited as much as you are. You're about to begin one of the most exciting times of your life, and everyone here in the department at FHS wants to help make your FHS and AUB experience a safe and thrilling one. I want to start off by also introducing our faculty. You often hear that FHS is a special place, and it is. As my colleague Jenna said, FHS is counted as one of the smallest faculties at AUB. Its depth of character, traditions, diversity, commitment to academic excellence contribute to making our AUB community such an exemplary academic healthy environment. This is Van Dyke. This is actually your faculty. I don't know if you guys have ever been to it. We want you to like enjoy campus life as we gradually go back to in-person activities and take full advantage of everything that your new faculty offers. At FHS, you will feel like you belong. It's super easy to make friends because we're literally a very small faculty. Everyone knows one another. During your free time, you can spend your time around the lounge at FHS or in Van Dyke outside, as you have seen in the previous picture. This is actually the lounge where people like or students meet up between their classes when they have free time, and I think it's the best experience you're gonna ever get from between classes. It's super fun to make new friends. I'm going to be moving on to medical lab, the curriculum, what we study. So to start off, I want to first welcome the medical lab students by starting to talk about your major briefly. So the BS in medical lab is a 3-year program. During your first year, you'll be learning about general courses and basic sciences such as organic chemistry, biochemistry, general biology, and some physics for pre-meds. As you move on to your second year, you'll be learning about hematology, immunology, blood banking, virology, and diagnostics. So this is basically during your junior year, which is your second year. Um, those courses prepare you for your third year, which is basically your clinical rotations, where you're actually going to be rotating around different, uh, as you can see in the pictures, you're going to be rotated different departments at ABMC to train on the courses that you took. Mike's a little bit. So my first semester at AB was sort of challenging. I moved countries and came from Qatar, and it was just a very different lifestyle. At school, I was on top of my class, so when I got into AUB, I thought that I was still capable of dealing with 7 subjects just like I did in school. So I took 3 pre-med courses, Biology 201, Chem 201, and Psych 201, with a humanity and an English class, a total of 16 credits. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't feel ashamed to say it, I didn't do so well. My GPA was a literal disaster, especially for a pre-med. As I moved on to the spring semester, everything felt so much familiar. The lifestyle, the tips and tricks for studying for an exam. I made a lot of new friends, and sort of helped me and infected me in a positive way. And I just nailed a 4.2 GPA. I moved on into summer, fall, and then spring, and my GPA was still solid, and I got a full scholarship. So the moral of the story here is that things may get rough sometimes, but I just want you to know that AUB has its ups and downs, and whatever the downs were, I just want you to stay consistent and perseverant, especially pre-meds here. It won't be easy. It's going to be a challenging journey, but I can assure you that it's going to be fully worth it once you get the medical school or once you get the Bachelor of Science in Medical Lab. I just want you to know, never give up. And if you want anything, I'll be here by your side to assist you through this challenging journey of yours. So Mrs. Rola Al-Khatib discussed this regular versus pre-med track, but I just wanted to mention it again. So the only difference is that pre-med students take a set of courses such as Chemistry 201 and a lot of other courses, which will allow you to apply to the School of Medicine when you take your MCAT. So that's the only difference between the pre-med track and the regular track. I just wanted to mention that really quickly. All right, so what can I do after graduation? As for the career opportunities, the FHS administration has collected data for you to know like the different career paths that you can follow after you graduate from medical lab. Um, Obviously, a portion of students go and pursue medicine. Some go and pursue like labs. They work in labs. Other, for example, work in pharmaceutical companies such as Moderna, BioNTech, um, Johnson and Johnson, Pfizer, whatever. So here's some the FH administration collected for the alumni. So basically, as you can see, 30.2% work in hospitals, and there are a lot of career opportunities for you to work in if you graduate from medical lab. A lot of them work in universities, research. Some of them become doctors. Some of them work in schools. Other work in governments, NGOs. So medical lab basically opens a lot of new doors for you if you wanna if you graduate inshallah from a BS and you have a BS in medical lab. Again, my name is Mehdi Fakhouri. Here's my email, mhf26@mail.aub.edu. Please feel free to contact me whenever you want if you have any question. Welcome to you all. I'll be leaving the floor now to my colleague from Environmental Health, Yara. She will be talking about the major and some academic advice that everyone here should be aware of. I'll see you soon in the registration session on the 25th. And yeah, that will be all for medical lab. Take care. Thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Yara Elia and I'm going to be guiding you through the environmental health section. But I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm going to turn my camera off because of the Wi-Fi issue here. So nice to meet you all and hope to see you on campus. So basically, I'm going to start off by saying that I'm an environmental health senior who's also minoring in public health. I'm here to share with you my personal experience. I know you guys might be like a bit worried or stressed or anything. I was in your shoes, exactly in your shoes, and I was so lost and confused. I'm going to tell you a bit of like my personal roller coaster, and I don't know if some of you guys might relate, but anyways, I always wanted to do a vet. I wanted to be a veterinary ever since I was a kid, but I didn't actually want to do it in Lebanon. I wasn't advised to do it in Lebanon, and I didn't want to travel at first. So I decided to do something that's related to this field because I'm actually in love with the environment and like nature and everything. So I was like, what about like environmental health? And I did some research and I really liked it, and it really attracted my attention. But unfortunately, in society, I don't know why this major is very underestimated. Um, I even got kind of brainwashed not to do this major. Um, okay, so I was so confused at first that you know how like you have to write your priorities, like major priorities for uni. I changed this list 3 times, and I always had like environmental health as one of the options, but it changed its position, like its rank every time. And in school, we used to have orientation sessions. And during my one-on-one meeting, the advisor himself, who's supposed to be very like, cultured and like open-minded and knows about the future and everything, he looked at me, Hick, and he was like, honestly, Yara, I see so much potential in you. You have really good grades, your personality and all. And then he was like, I only see you in a white robe. He was mentioning, he wants me to be a doctor. He sees me as a doctor. I don't know why there's this stigma in like society that the best majors are the ones that, either engineers, lawyers, doctors, but that's actually not true at all. And fortunately, I didn't listen to his advice. Like, I actually went down to uni and talked to the administration and changed my majors. But then I stuck to like my passion and what I actually like. And this was actually the best decision I ever took because, this is what I love and it's actually the future. They don't really know much about it. So I'm going to introduce you to environmental health, especially at AUB. First of all, I want to start off by saying that all majors in AUB are accredited, okay? So like all the majors, they're accredited by the New York State of Education. But some majors, like professional degrees, like environmental health, can get professional degree accreditation from recognized accreditators. And fortunately, after a long, after hard work and a lot of um, it took a lot of hard work. I saw my professors how they were struggling to get this accreditation, but we finally got accredited by the Council on Education for Public Health for 6 years. We got this last year, so it's still 2026, and you guys will be graduating with a accredited bachelor's degree, and we're only one of two programs worldwide other than the United States who got this accreditation. And what I mean by that is that the major is officially authorized and approved in the educational system. So like this major specifically in AUB meets the standards, like certain standards in the educational system. And this, Anjed, is something amazing. And it's a plus, it's a bonus. So I just want to say also that for me personally, when I tell someone I'm studying environmental health, they're like, oh, yeah, you're studying pollution or like recycling or planting trees and all these cliche answers. But the truth is, it's not that. And this is just a small part of it. But environmental health is like the study of life. It's a crucial major that I believe it. Everyone should be knowledgeable about this because it affects us directly and indirectly. And you can't be healthy, like physically and mentally, if your environment isn't healthy around you, you know? You have to you can't grow well if you're not in a healthy environment. So environmental health in AUB is a 3-year program with 1 internship. It covers the broad education of the basic sciences and knowledge of the disciplines of the environment. Mahdi, can you please click? Thank you. So basically, we'll be covering water quality and management, solid waste management and wastewater, occupational health and safety, toxicology, indoor and outdoor air quality, and you also know how to assess the environment and how to manage it. And you'll also know the basic knowledge of health systems, the health policy, ethics, and economy. And it's so broad, guys. Amjad, it's so broad that you'll be graduating as scientists that can assess and manage the environment. And this is a great thing. You can do that locally and globally. Mahdi, please. Once again, please. So I'm gonna also tell you a bit about my background. I graduated with a life science Lebanese baccalaureate degree, but you guys don't have to have a specific background. You can come from any school program, whether it's life science or general sciences or American program, whatever it is, as long as you guys have the basics. And you don't have to worry because you learn everything in class. You just have to know the basics, and I think all programs ensure you with this knowledge. So, and anyways, if you need any remedial courses or you feel like you need support and you need to get a bit better at a certain major course, you can refer to your advisor to check what courses to take and which not, just so that you feel yourself, make yourself better. Also, we have 2 tracks in environmental health, the regular and the pre-med. Personally, I'm following the regular track. The difference is exactly like all the other majors, like Mehdi said, those who wish to continue their path in the medical field usually follow the pre-med track. Most of the major courses are the same, but it's just that they differ, the bio courses, chemistry courses, pre-meds usually take a bit of extra physics just for the MCAT exam and all that. We have all the degree requirements are found in the catalog. Guys, on Jed, I advise you to read the catalog because it literally guides you in everything. Yani, whatever question that comes to mind, if you read the catalog, the AUB catalog, you'll find the answer there. So I know it's a bit long, but it's very useful. And I wanted to also emphasize on the fact that the major courses in AUB in environmental health sometimes are taken during specified semesters. Yani, for example, toxicology is only taken second year, second semester. That means that إذا أنتوا you feel like you want to alter your schedule or you want to change how you want to schedule your timings, you have to refer back to your advisor. It's very important, or else you'll risk of graduating late. If you don't mind it, then it's okay, but it's very critical. So basically, yeah. And I'm also, like I mentioned, I'm minoring in public health. Basically, a minor is like, you can have a general idea about literally anything you want. You can minor in anything, whether business, something related to the medical, or like whatever you want, geology. And I chose public health. And I also think your, like respective chairperson explained what a minor is. But if you guys need any help, you can also get back to us or the catalog or your chairperson or advisor. And every minor differs from the other. And مثلا public health, for me, I need to take two extra courses. While if I want to like minor in something else, I'm gonna have to like talk to the department to tell me which courses to take, because sometimes it's more than 9 courses. It depends. Basically, yeah. This is an important point I had to mention. And when it comes to like, job opportunities and career options and all that, and Jed, guys, it's so broad. You can literally work in any field you want, in anything you want, because you get all the basics بالbachelor's degree. يعني مثلا you can work in the health sector, you can work in universities, you can be a teacher, you can work in NGOs. Usually like engineering companies, whenever they're doing like a certain project, they need to have an environmental health department to make sure that this project is gonna be successful. And it can't get to work, like they can't do it unless they get the approval of the environmental health part. You can work in anything you want. And it also depends also on what you master in. So you can also master in whatever you want. Basically, it's so broad. Yeah, this is what I wanted to say. And if you guys have any questions, and Jed, to me or to any one of my friends, we're like one text away. Send us a message. I think you have our numbers or our emails, whatever. And we're here to support you. And if you have any questions, drop them in the chat box. We'll answer to everything later. And we can also talk, one-on-one. So don't worry, and welcome to AUB and Anjed. It's going to be an amazing experience for you guys. Hope to see you on campus. Thanks. Give the floor
Okay, hi
to my
everyone.
colleague Reem.
Yeah,
So yeah,
thank you,
thanks.
Yara. Can you hear me well?
Loud and clear, yes.
Okay, thank you. Mahdi, can you please move on to the first slide? Okay. Hi everyone. I hope you are enjoying this session. As you know, my name is Reem Abu Harb. I'm a senior health communication student. So I remember how lost I felt at the beginning of my sophomore year, and I will try my best to make it easier for you guys. I'm just gonna tell you a bit about my experience and hopefully make you more familiar with the major and the process. So as you know, health communication is a new major, and it actually sounds a bit odd when you tell someone about it. So at the beginning of my sophomore year, I was actually very in doubt of my choice of major and felt very confused at that time. So basically, I have many interests and I was afraid of limiting myself. Many questions started to rush into my mind, like, is this really what I want? Will I find good job opportunities? Barely anyone has heard of health communication. However, there was one thing I was sure about, which is how much I love community involvement. On another note, I actually ended up completely wrong about health communication, restricting my choices and future career life, as it turned out to be the complete opposite. And in a nutshell, health communication covers a wide range of subjects. Mahdi, please, the next slide. Okay, so what is health communication? During your academic experience, you will be introduced to the fields of public health, media and communication, journalism, epidemiology, and many more fields such as marketing. You will take a variety of courses that can heighten your importance of the choice of major, and your ability to influence behavioral change, and of course, allowing you to become a change maker. Next slide, please. Okay, so what will you gain? First, you will learn the science and art of communication to promote health among different people. For example, you will understand the importance of effective communication between a patient and a doctor, as well as two friends. You will also get to know how to interact with those who have been subjected to trauma, as well as to the marginalized, who sometimes need the messages to be tailored differently. Second, you will understand the health needs of your community and get involved in finding solutions. For example, you'll learn how to examine a community and analyze it based on a variety of criteria, such as the sociographic, economic, cultural, and social factors. The solutions that you'll propose will be made according to the community's needs and prior beliefs, attitudes, perception about the issue. Third, you will create a change and make tangible impact with health communication. Let's say you're gonna hold different interventions based on the community's characteristics. For example, you want to encourage AUB students to stop smoking or to be more physically active. You will then be responsible for doing research about the AUB community and get to know the different barriers that exist within this target audience. Thus, your interventions will be held accordingly. Some questions you'd be answering can be, for example, how do I deliver this message? What messages and specific terms should I use? And of course, the most important one, which is how do I change their behavior? Okay, so I'm just gonna tell you a bit about my summer practicum. So during your second summer at AUB, you will have a summer internship, and I'm just gonna tell you a bit about mine. I was involved in a project at AUB that has to do with reducing early marriage among Syrian girls in Lebanon. I was responsible for data management. I was also responsible for designing infographics and visuals that will be delivered to the public via social media. One thing to note is that this practicum can be a chance to utilize your skills as a health communicator as much as to gain and learning new things. Mahdi, can you move to the next one? Thank you. So I'm just going to tell you as well about my friend's summer practicum. So each person was assigned a different work site. Many worked, for example, at the Ministry of Public Health, some worked at AUBMCs, and some worked at the NGOs. They were involved in different projects, such as patient education in relation to chemotherapy, healthy nutrition campaign targeting the AUBMC and AUB community, and many more. And when it comes to COVID-19, there were many projects as well. For example, a social media intervention on COVID-19 misinformation, social marketing campaign to improve COVID-19, vaccine uptakes in universities, and developing a social media-based recruitment campaign for a research project. Okay, so I'm gonna talk a bit about the extracurricular activities. So I still have 1 year to graduate, and I already volunteered in 3 places. One of them was an NGO that addresses colon cancer, and the other 2 were at AUB. So besides the early marriage, for example, I also worked with refugees in order to limit the spread of COVID-19 misinformation and provide them with credible updates. So basically, as a health communicator, you can be responsible for sending the messages, evaluating the campaign, differentiating which information is important and which is not. I was also given the chance to get a job as a data collector. So as you can see, I think my experience has demonstrated that there is a growing job market for health communication professionals in this region. So health communication also knows no job field limitation, so you can find jobs in different institutions such as international organizations, such as WHO, UNICEF, government agencies, civil society organizations, advertising and marketing companies focused on health, hospitals, universities. And as you can notice as well, you can follow different paths depending on your interests. Mahdi, can you please move on to the next one? Thank you. Okay, so lastly, I'm just gonna say, I hope I didn't overwhelm you as your experience at AUB, especially at FHS, will go smoothly. The department is very helpful and the health communication professors are really nice. Also, please try not to overwhelm yourself with having a minor in your first semester, as it is really hard to figure out what you like most at first. Now, aside from having an academic experience, I advise you to join different clubs. You'll meet lots of new people and form many genuine friendships. Few tips I'd give you is to take it easy on yourself. It's okay if you don't have everything figured out, and it's very normal to feel confused. I am here if you have any questions or concerns. Try your best to manage your time between studying and extracurricular activities. And I'm 100% sure you're going to have a great experience here, and I'm so looking forward to meeting you all on campus. This is it from my side, and thank you for listening.
Thank you, Reem, so much. I appreciate it. As you mentioned, FHS is not only about academic rather than extracurricular activities. You guys should be assured, you rest assured that it's not only about studying, it's rather about doing and enjoying the campus life and enjoying your university experiences. So that's why you can practice a lot of extracurricular activities that our faculty gives you a chance to volunteer, for an example, and be part of the action. And as I said before, start building your career from day one. For an example, last summer, I volunteered with our faculty with the Ministry of Public Health as a COVID-19 hotline phone operator and contact tracker. I had to refer people to the right department, update them with the new regulations, listen to their concerns, direct them to the closest PCR testing hospitals, and fill surveys about each and every one of them. I even made sure no harm reached the contacts of a positive case and sent them to do a PCR in case they encountered symptoms. I felt like I was taking actions in my own hands and actually getting involved and helping during this pandemic. In addition, it actually taught me how to communicate with different types of people. Like one person might call you and be mad, and yell at you, and you would be the one calming them down. The other one would be so understanding and all of this. And so whatever it was, it just gives you an experience to grow and to enhance your communication abilities. So when you adapt to the environment, when you adapt to your environment and you feel like you're safe enough and you got used to everything, I would like to advise you to reach for your professors because some of them offer research volunteering opportunities. You should definitely ask about them because it will give you a preview on research in case you wanted to pursue in this field later on. So please take it. Whenever you guys need any question, drop by us. You have our emails. You can reach out to us. If you're scared, you're feeling lost, it's fine. We're here to help you out. Please make use of us. We're right here next to you. So I think Mahdi wants to speak next. So thank you again and welcome to FHS and AUB.
All right, guys. So I'll be sharing some links. I don't know why WebEx it's not allowing me to share the WhatsApp like the links for every major for you to join so you can be in
Right?
contact with us more
Able?
frequently. It's just not working. I don't know.
All right.
Anyways, so I'll be asking Mrs. Amal if she can send it on another group مبادئ. I'll try to figure it out. I also to add something about the extracurricular activities. We're actually starting something which is called the FHS Student Society. I highly encourage you to join it. It's basically going to allow you to make food opportunities, be engaged more with your society, with your surroundings, with your faculty. And there are a lot of volunteering opportunities such as Children Cancer Center, dialysis. I'm not sure if they're still doing that for because of COVID. And speaking about later on, one more
Mahdi, you're
thing,
coming
please.
a little.
Sorry,
You're cutting off a little bit.
am I still cutting?
Yes.
Okay. Then, Jana, can you just tell them about the registration session? خلاص, I'm
Yes.
done for my
So
part.
the
Yes, please.
registration session will be on the 25th. I highly advise you to attend it because we will be helping you out with the course registration. We'll be showing you how to build a schedule. We'll be showing you the tips and tricks that we personally use as students. And we will be right there in case you encountered any technical issue. You can ask us. We can refer you to the correct person in case you faced any issues. We're more than excited to welcome you. We're more than excited to see you on campus, inshallah, soon in the fall. And welcome to AUB. Well, actually, welcome to your home. Welcome to FHS. If you have any questions, again, you can drop by them in the Q&A, and we will be more than glad to answer them. Sorry.
Guys, I want to
All right,
ask
so
something from in. Mehdi, sorry for interrupting, but I want to give you like a few tips. You guys have to know how to manage your time. It's gonna be hectic at first, but step by step, you're gonna learn on your own how to do it. And the thing is, I wanted to mention the Student Code of Conduct. Basically, it's the rules of FHS and AUB in general. The most important ones, they're all important, but no cheating, no plagiarism. Bullying is never tolerated. You have to respect each other no matter what. All these, yani, but you have to read them before. And there's also one thing I want to highlight. Basically, if you feel like your grades are not good enough, or if you feel like your grades are a bit low and you're at risk, yani, there's this thing called probation that might you might graduate late because of probation, or like it's not a good thing. So if you feel like you need any support, just talk to your advisor, talk to your professor actually, and just deal with it, see what to do يعني. And basically, yeah. And again, thank you so much. We're so excited to see you. We know that AUB, like, it's a new concept now. Transitioning from school to uni is a bit like scary, but we've been at your places, and we're here to support you no matter what. And you're gonna have ups and downs, يعني. It's not gonna be paradise, of course, but صراحة the pros are way more than the cons. Hope to see you soon, and thank you so much.
And please communicate. Whenever, do not feel hesitant to reach out to any of us, to reach out to any of the administration, to reach out to any of your professors. We're here to listen to your concerns, and don't worry about it. Trust me, our administration is very, very, very helpful. Whenever you encounter any problem, they're right here to help you solve it. So yes, don't worry about it. Everything will be just fine.
And thank you guys for joining. If you have any questions, please drop it in the Q&A section, and we'll be more than happy to answer.
I think we'll be waiting for 2 minutes in case someone asked.
I don't know إذا بس عندي, but I feel like the chat with everyone هيدا is blocked. Like I can't click on it. Is it just me?
No, the chat box is already disabled, but the Q&A isn't. So they can type a question and we can answer them either privately or...
Okay.
Yeah. All right, we'll wait for 2 minutes. Don't be shy, guys. We'll reply to everything. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so someone is asking, I didn't really understand the idea of research that we should ask our doctors about. So basically, there is something which is called MRVP. It's like Medical Research Volunteering Program. You basically apply to the portal, and then you are basically matched to something like to a doctor that has a certain project and whatnot.
In addition, Mahdi, other than the thing that you're talking about, is that some professors, for example, Dr. Hanoun, the coordinator of the medical imaging program, offered me a research opportunity because I asked for it, and he told me that yes, he has an opportunity for it. So I'm working on a research with him. So it doesn't you don't have to go through this hassle, like the portal thingy, unless your professor doesn't offer any opportunities and you really want to go through research. So yes, do not hesitate to ask them, but please familiarize yourself with uni first. Start off with your first semester, get engaged with all the courses, get used to them, and then start thinking of doing research, because I want you guys to be able to manage your time correctly while studying. Start off like strong, start off hard, study well, and you guys will ace everything. With studying, with understanding, with being calm and not getting nervous, things will be just fine. I promise you. Maddie, is there any questions?
No, not that I can see.
All right, me neither. I can't see any.
I have something to add. By the way, guys, sometimes you might get really low grades, and this is totally normal. If you feel like, yeah, I'm not doing well on this course, don't worry, you might do way better the second exam. Usually, like, grades differ. مثلا first midterm مثلا you don't do really well, but finally you're gonna do really well. So like, don't worry about this. Some courses come in ما في raises. So I just wanted to tell you this. بس عن جد don't stress about that, because حتى لو جبتوا like, I don't know, like a 70 on the first, you might get a chance to get an A on the course. So يعني ما تبانكوا أو شيء. It's super normal. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so calculate your risk. Calculate your grades. Things will be just fine, I promise. You have our support. Do not hesitate to contact your colleagues as well. Please act like a one family, because, if you actually, and yes, you will make friends for life in FHS, trust me. We are all here, us as class representatives, we're friends, and we'll definitely be friends for life. As cliche as it sounds, as amazing as it is, because they show you support and you show them support back. So please treat each other nicely and be next to each other with all the things that we're encountering, because trust me, when you guys are together, you will be having the best experience ever, like really. So Mahdi, is there any more questions? If not, I think we can.
Nothing. Yeah, we can conclude.
So we can conclude. Thank you so much for attending this session. We'll see you soon in the registration session. I highly advise you to attend it. It's going to be a really useful one. And please, guys, read your emails as well, and read the catalog that is downloaded on the Moodle course. It will help you figure out a lot of things. So yeah, thank you
Yep.
so much again.
Thank you, everyone.